A new program is helping to connect with teens about mental health issues using one of the oldest forms. So joining us to talk about it, we have Daniela Guzman from Central City Opera. Daniela, thank you so much for joining us this morning. So kind of walk me through the idea of opera and also helping out teens with mental health issues.
Well, thank you so much for having me here this morning. Well, I love opera. I'm an opera singer, and actually, right now I serve as the Director of Education and Community Engagement at Central City Opera. And Central City Opera has a great opera festival in the summer. This all came about in the summer of 23 when we were performing Romeo and Juliet. Okay. And we always do previews and bring a little bit of our season into the community, along with our regular educational programming. And how do you address teen suicide through Romeo and Juliet? You know, suicide in opera has been romanticized for so long. It's like we clap when the lead character dies. Yeah. It's like the height of the opera. But it is a really sad and sensitive topic. And so I started researching, and Colorado has one of the highest teen suicide rates in the entire country, and it is an issue. And as part of my mission as an artist is to connect with my community, and beyond the beauty of the art form that I love, it's to empower people and give them a voice through my voice. So all these texts and scenes that were written over 200 years ago, their message is so powerful and the sentiment is so relatable. And creating and making opera relatable today, it's very important for me. And because when you hear an opera singer live, it's just impressive. Love it or hate it, but it's just wonderful. And this message was so important. So I took some opera scenes that I've always thought in my head, this text is so powerful. It has no time. Yeah. And right now we're using it to tell the stories of 4 teenagers. We're reframing traditional opera scenes in the life of 4 teenagers struggling with bullying, cyberbullying, gender identity questioning, sex shaming, body shaming. And it is a show, a 35-minute performance show, where we showcase the 4 different voice types, you know, higher voices, lower voices, male and female voices, and showing these struggles. And the idea is to share a message of resilience and provide resources to our community, you know. It is our mission through opera to tell people that you're important, that you're loved, that you matter, and that you can express yourself through art, or that this art is not far from you, that you can see yourself reflected in all these characters.
Yeah, you know, this is something that's teens right now are struggling with. What has their reaction been with what you are doing with the community?
Well, I've been surprised and overwhelmed in a positive way, because I'm used to performing for all kinds of audiences. And usually when you go into a middle school, the reaction is, or a high school, they're a little hesitant, or they don't like to talk, or it's harder for them to engage. But from the first moment where our soprano opens her mouth and just
they're shocked.
They're shocked, and their attention is captured. And then we have, you can see in a back screen that we have projecting all the images of what the characters read on social media, of what's in their head as little bubbles. And so they connect through that. And in one of the stories, we have a private picture filtered by Romeo and Juliet's case. And so in the pilot, they were like, oh my gosh, he shouldn't do that. He's such a jerk, you know? So to me, it was like getting a vocal response from a group of 13, 14 years old was,
amazing.
I was, overwhelmed. And we've taken feedback from them, and every time try to make these more relatable to a teen. And afterwards, we have a Q&A session with the artists where they can ask questions. We start with, like, you know, how did you get into opera? Because these singers, you know, they are obviously adults. And with their voices already formed. And like long training, but they look very young and they act very young. So they want to know, how did someone so young ended up singing opera? That's not a common genre like pop. And then we move on to more deep questions like, how do you connect with your character? Have you experienced some mental health struggles? How have you dealt with it? And so the questions can get very tender,
I'm sure.
but also very, very interesting and fun.
You know, for any teen that wants to find out more information, we have a little bit of time. So where can they find more information? And then you're going to do a little bit of singing, and then we're going to take it to break. So really quickly, what would you like to tell them, Daniela?
Well, if you want to bring this show is for any church community, for any school, middle school, high schools, and early college. They can go to centralcityopera.org and request it through our Education and Community Engagement Department, and we'll be happy to go. That's our mission, to come to you. You don't have to come to the theater. We will come to you.
Okay, and a little bit of singing, and then we're going to break.
All right, so this is this is not from that show. This is from another show, and it is a song in Spanish. Estrellita del lejano cielo, que miras mi dolor, que sabes mi sufrir, baja y di